why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on men?
Well, who's to say I pushed anything on anybody?
Well, we know that you pushed monogamy on me.
I pushed monogamy. I forced you to get married to me?
Time out. I didn't say you forced me to get married, but did you not say to me that you wanted to be engaged and you wanted to be married before you lived with me? You didn't say that?
I want $1 billion. That don't mean I'm going to get it. I can want something, but not...
You right now, you're dodging the question.
Nobody pressed you to do it. Yes, is that something I wanted? Yes, it was. But... You
didn't press me to... Are you going to lie now to the people because we talking about... You're going to lie now to the people?
DeVal, knowing...
Come in, you didn't want monogamy?
Of course I did.
So then why are you avoiding the question?
That's not avoiding the question. I'm saying, does that mean because I want it and I requested that you were going to deliver it? Like, nobody pressed you for that.
Talking about, you just said you wanted it and requested it. Do you not hear yourself?
I can make a request. Is the request going to be granted?
Am I not granting you monogamy?
You are granting it to me.
So this is my question.
Look at your boy. Look at your boy.
This is my question. If you wanted monogamy,
okay,
why would you want monogamy if is a chore for you? That's the question. You're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question, but at first you said women, or in general me specifically, are pushing monogamy on somebody. Okay, yes, that's something that I wanted, but I didn't press you for it and be like, DeVal, I'm gonna hold a gun to your head to propose to me. Also, let me finish. Also, I don't feel like I was adequately prepared for marriage. And I've said that before, because if I knew that marriage and monogamy was going to involve me trying to meet you where you were at sexually for years to come, then I probably would have reevaluated it if I wanted to be monogamous anyway.
So that's fair, but we're not even talking about marriage. Let's even talk about dating, right?
Okay.
Two people are dating. Typically in society, who asks for exclusivity first, a woman or a man?
I would say a woman.
Thank you. That was my whole point. See, you were going all over the place. If women typically ask for exclusivity first, then when they get exclusivity, say, he always on me, he always want to have... Why are we asking men for exclusivity if we do not want to participate in at the same level as men? We have to think about what that does to a man, and I don't think that conversation is being had.
Okay, I agree, and that part I agree with. Yes, that women are typically the ones that will ask for the exclusivity. I get that, yes. But what I'm saying is, me as a woman, I don't think that I was necessarily prepared or in the mindset to know that. It's almost like once you get into it, then you're like, oh shoot, like this is what I'm going to have to keep up with.
I get that.
Us speaking as 36-year-old people know that now. Had I known that at 26,
I get that.
I would have to contend with that. Even in the dating realm, then it might have been something I would have reevaluated.
So now let's go back to what you asked me. You said to me you never pressured me to get married. In 2007, we were living together, right? You said you no longer wanted to live with me and with me because you wanted to be my wife, not my girlfriend.
Right, because I wanted to know where the relationship was going.
That don't sound like pressure to you?
It sounds like me voicing where I see my life going. It sounds like me saying this is what I would like. You can decide to meet me there. If not, we can reevaluate what exactly we're doing.
Okay. Additionally,
would I call it pressure per se? Not necessarily pressure.
It is pressure. But you don't want to say it's pressure. What about being engaged?
You might have felt pressure.
What about being engaged?
Pressure behind it.
I said, we don't got to rush to get married. You said, I don't want to be engaged longer than a year. Is that not pressure?
That's me voicing my opinion about it.
Sounds like pressure to me. So you say you want to be engaged, I get engaged. You say you want to be married within a year. We do that. We get married, then you make it seem like this is a chore to your husband. Once again, I ask the question, why do women who push forth monogamy on the man they're dating then get overwhelmed with that man who tries to provide that monogamy to you? Why do you get upset when we're trying to be what you want us to be? You don't want me to be with no one else, right? Right? I'm asking. This is a serious question.
Yes, absolutely.
You don't want me to be with no one else.
Absolutely.
So if I decide that all this testosterone I have, I want to give to you, why is this so overwhelming now? This is what you asked for.
Again, 26 and 27-year-old Kadeen was like, okay, here's the natural succession of life. You graduate, you're working, you meet somebody, you guys are dating. you want children.
Yes.
I want children.
Yes.
We don't want to wait too long or too late to have children.
Yes.
Though now a lot of people are waiting until their 30s to have children.
And I understand why.
And we at that time felt like, well, we're doing everything in this natural succession that the forces that be have given us this timeline. However, I did not realize that after having children, after, career changes, all of the turbulences that we've been through in life, that was going to have a direct effect on my drive.
Good morning. Well, a very good morning to you. Welcome to this very triggering Tuesday, Relationship Tuesday morning. Oh goodness, how are you doing? Karibuni sana. We have just the show that you need after watching that clip. My name is Mukali Mary Karibuni sana.
My name is Winnie Lubembe. How are you feeling after watching that clip? Okay, we'll tell you how we're feeling at some point throughout the conversation, throughout the show. But welcome to Relationship Tuesdays. Even the realities, maukweli huku nje, kwa ground and what is happening in marriages. That is what we want to focus on today, right here on the show. And the conversation today is maukweli. Mwambiane maukweli, okay? The truth we don't say. And we're looking at, can relationships survive radical honesty? That was more than radical.
It was extreme. It was an extreme. But that's what we are asking. Is that what we need? Because we have this conversation seeing how honesty is the foundation of every relationship.
Yes.
But then, how far do we go with this? How do we package this honesty? Do we need to package it? Or your team, when you bring it as it is, let's go.
At some point during the conversation, I actually thought, what role does emotional intelligence play when it comes to, yes, you saying your truth and being as honest and brutally, people say, me, I'm brutally honest.
It's not a good thing, right?
But to what extent, can you, and even the person that you're being brutally honest to, okay, or to, are they able to receive it? Okay, are you guys at the same level? So we unpack more on the conversation today. Sisi we're not experts. We have experts in the room.
But before we do that, we have a question for you.
Yes.
Can relationships survive radical honesty? Can relationships survive radical honesty?
Hey, that is what we're looking at.
Yes.
But the question...
Oh, wait. That was not the one on the screen. And what you are careful with your question.
The one on the screen. The one on the screen was if your partner.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Admitted.
Yes.
That they did something. Okay. Yes. Here. If your partner admitted that they were tempted, but never acted on it, would that strengthen your trust or damage it? So, they did. They were tempted. So temptation ilikuwa hapo. You know how we blame Shetani? Shetani was just minding their business, and then we're like, it's the devil. So if your partner came and said, you know what, they attempted, okay? And, what do you feel? Does that strengthen or does that damage the relationship?
Let us know. Because yesterday we had a conversation that also, I think the pastor yesterday said, you're attacking half-truths and attacking an open lie. So, Jui Wewe Kwabi, but NTV Kenya on all of our social media platforms. Please do indulge us. And our WhatsApp line is also open. But we have a panel.
Yes, we do. I really, really love the panel today.
We have a panel.
Yes.
Huko. Okay. Starting from our furthest right.
Yes.
We have marriage and couple counselor, Dr. Jane Kimani. Lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Alone again.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
He's actually
busy.
doing the same thing in California.
Really? Doing the Lord's work. Yes.
He had a lot of counseling to do, couples, the seminars.
Yeah.
But he'll be back.
Okay. But you're representing him very well.
Very well.
Karibu sana. So good to see you again, Dr. Jane.
Today we have decided. The only gentleman joining us today.
Uko tayari Pasi?
Pasi, Kwame is here, guys.
I'm here alone.
Alone.
Asanteni, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm ready to dig into this truth.
The
truth we don't say.
The truth we don't say.
Okay. Last but not least, on my left, we have marriage and relationship therapist, Kate Ogutu. Lovely to have you on the show.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
First time here, Audio
First
Girls.
time.
Oh, Karibu.
But thank you so much for having me.
It's so good.
So excited for the topic. Very, I'm powered.
Okay.
And so are we.
So are we. Yes.
Yeah.
Philip, do you want us to go on a break and then come back to Washa Moto Vizuri? Okay. All right. Watch at when the break, okay? Because we've introduced the conversation. You've seen the video, which forms the basis of the conversation today. We've asked you a question, okay? So watch at Tupumue. Then when we come back, Moto Imewaka. So don't go too far. Your world will be right back.
Welcome back to Relationship Tuesday. Yeah, and I know the question we are asking today is about truth. That's a conversation we're having. The truths and if we're ready to take them. And already, during this break, Pastor Kwame already saying some truths that are already doing things.
The side.
So are we ready for those truths, those conversations? And the question that we're asking you today is pretty...
If your partner... admitted that they were, if your partner admitted that they were tempted but never acted on it, would that strengthen your trust or would it damage it? If your partner admitted that they were tempted but never acted on it, would that strengthen your trust or would it damage it? At NTV Kenya, across all board on our digital platforms is how you can reach us, or our WhatsApp number. We'll be going through your feedback in just a second. But can we just start with what we saw? Again, we don't know the nature of that relationship.
No.
What we know is they've been married for over 15 years now. One would say, I mean, wamefika ile point wanezambiana maukwelo, you know, and one can take it. But Dr. Jen, can we just start with you based on what we saw? Where is your heart? Is your heart doing the palpitations?
Actually, I wouldn't say it's palpitating. What I would say, it looks like this gentleman had bottled a lot to say. He had a lot of things he wanted to say, and it's around the area of intimacy. Actually, when I listen to him, his complaint is like something that he's trying to say that has not been attended to. And I think he gets to a point, he feels like we're at two different levels. And looking at the fact that they've been married for 15 years, number one, the way he packages a conversation, I find it very toxic. The packaging is very toxic. But the fact that he says what he has to say is his right to, but the packaging was wrong. And he has got, I think his emotions went beyond him and his mouth ran a bit faster. But what I would want to say, at this point, it is a point at which possibly after 15 years, the woman has got some hormonal issues playing around and her libido may not be as strong as when they started. It may not be what that man married. The libido. And it looks like in every relationship, a man marries, number one, for comfort. Sex is, intimacy is not the issue. But this one looks like his priorities were different. It was not the comfort, it was number one, intimacy.
Okay.
So I find a lot of things that are warped in that relationship that need to be need to be aligned. Because for him, I see a woman who is offering a lot of comfort in her words. She's not like a lot of women who would be shouting and screaming and walking out. She sits, she listens, and she ponders the conversation. Yes, she may not be going his way. And so both of them have got something they're trying to say. And both of them have got a fact, but it's only that one has got slightly low emotional intelligence, the other one is stable, and one feels like your value to me is what I offer as intimacy, not as a woman. And I think there's a point in most relationships where the cards flip. And especially this gentleman, looking at him, I think he's in his midlife crisis, where they suddenly feel like I'm young again. And that is when they blare music in the car, boom, boom, boom. And you're thinking, you get what I'm saying? Because at that point, they don't want to comply with what their body is telling them. And they can see, wow, and they want to prove to themselves, I'm better than when I was younger. And so one of the ways to be better than when they were young, because I know a lot of men listening are going through that, they feel like, I need people to affirm that I'm hot.
I mean, I
need somebody to affirm that I'm hot. And now this woman does not look like she's really looking after, she's not pursuing. She's not pursuing. So then I need to be let loose to be pursued, and I pursue to prove to me that I'm hot. So I think he has a lot of issues going on in him, and he has a crisis going on in him, and he's at that point, he's debating between who am I and who am I. So I think both of them need help. They both need actually somebody to sit down with them, because that's a marriage that can last. But it doesn't have to be polygamous. No. Why should I allow your hormone to take you out? What about if it happens a day and your testosterone goes down, and you know at a certain age a woman boosts up. Yes, there's a certain age, 50, 60s up, and that is the time now when the man is trying to wonder.
And then
so should the woman go and look for a man?
No.
The answer is absolutely no. So I believe the covenant should be kept.
Absolutely. It feels like the woman in this conversation is an anchor that is not a very good one for this man. If you're holding me back, I should be pursuing these things. But I don't know what this video did to you. Also responding to some of the things that have been said about the men.
I'm enjoying therapy. Thank you, Dr. I think she's spot on. But on the other side of that coin, let's kudos to the man, because matters intimacy. Most men, especially now, let me talk about African setups, because that is their setting is in the US. In the African setup, many of us struggle talking about matters intimacy. And so giving feedback to your wife can be tricky. Most men will sit on that and act on it without ever bringing it on the table. Let's talk about this, because conversations can unlock a lot of the things, the doors that are there to be unlocked. And so this man, I find him, as she said, many days he's been sitting on this and waiting. You know how you go in, you are thirsty, you want a glass of water, and there's no glass of water. And you go, you're like, one day I'll buy water from the supermarket. You know what I mean? And so now he has an opportunity. He wants to create a space to justify getting water from elsewhere. And I think it is totally wrong, because also the entire value, you devalue your relationship if you tie it on one thing. True. Either money or intimacy or any, because it is a holistic relationship. And as she has said so well, today you are healthy. Tomorrow you are not healthy.
That is so true.
Your partner, will they walk out on you just because they are not able to satisfy something you really want? No. You stick together, you find solutions together. And indeed, the lady, she's very composed, because some of our ladies could be like, you know what, cameraman, stop that thing. Let's deal, allow us to deal.
At some point I thought, I am really curious to hear the conversations that happened after this, because
so this man, I think they both need help, and but kudos to them. It is these are serious issues, matters to do with intimacy and sometimes money within a couple, within a relationship. They are not easy to deal with and soberly deal with, because tempers go. We are formed in our way of understanding, and but there's something she has said also. Midlife crisis. Most of us men, nobody teaches us this. You wake up, you're in it, you don't know you're in it. And somebody gives you feedback, you're like, no, I'm just okay.
What you say?
Sometimes I listen to loud music in my car. I didn't know it could be midlife.
So boom, 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 boom.
So that thing of being told you're hot but recognizing this is where I am. I may not have the strength that I used to have, and I need to work with these people, because now the lady is so. And another thing, life is not, we are not, you get married at 26 or at 30, there are things you want today. And your partner is growing, and you are growing. You are, the things you valued then, some of us maybe valued going out. But then after 10 years, you no longer want to go out. Your things have changed, around you. So you want to do different things. So can we grow together? So that when we get to those levels, we can be able to talk, what is it that will serve us? Because now we have children. What are you? So that man, if he was my brother, I'll sit him down and say, bro, utahitaji kiboko.
Right? Yeah. Let's talk. Okay, Kate, let's hear from you. Again,
I know we were here. Like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Very triggered, especially with them. Like, why? So I do agree with Daktari and Pasi. Emotional intelligence is lacking there a lot. But looking also deeper into it, this man is also trying to communicate something.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a need he has not been communicating for the longest time. Okay. So how do you communicate this need without being cruel? Because here there is kindness, but the honesty or the way he's also like communicating it to her, he doesn't care about how it will affect her. Okay. So that's where the problem is. How do you package what you're going to tell your partner? Yeah. Yes, I've been in this relationship, and I feel like there hasn't been any intimacy, right? And with time, with years, it's 10 years. Yeah. The 26-year-old lady, she was very active, let's say intimate. Yes, she wanted a lot. Things were different, and that's why she went into the marriage. For the guy, he also wanted different things. But you change. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago. Right now, things have changed. You have kids, you have a lot of responsibilities, there's career development, there is also hormonal change. So maybe the woman is at a space where a lot has been happening for her. And intimacy now will be another thing added to the list. So this is work. But she has not also shared that with him. Like, I don't feel like you are meeting me at this point. Okay. The man feels like the only way that he can feel maybe connected with the partner is through the intimacy, but he's not communicating that. So she will not be able to know it without you saying it. So there is that disconnect. Both of them are not communicating something. So you will now feel like, now the man will feel like he's coming with, yes, I need monogamy. Like, I was here, I took up this monogamy because I wanted to be with you. It's like I'm doing you a favor. You know, I was forced to do it. I was pressured. And does that not look like pressure? Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah. But there's something more. So I feel like they both need to sit down. This conversation should not have happened on live space. Like, not everyone needed to know about this. They needed to sit down, talk about it, and maybe the wordings, what he would have said is, of late, I feel like I've not been connecting with you, right? It's not, I don't feel like you're not satisfying me sexual, or like intimacy. Sorry.
Can I possibly support the man briefly?
Okay, let's see.
You know, the issue about men, they've got a 72-hour cycle. Okay. All right. And there's something this man said. I'm not supporting his the way he communicates. I'm not. I was about to call it his arrogance because I think I could have just called it the arrogance. But I think I think there is something he's passing across that's very, very important. And when I listen to it, to the conversation deeply, there's something the lady is ignoring to hear. And I think, as you have all said, because I want to be balanced on both sides. I will never support him to go polygamous. But I think the reason why he gets to a point is blowing up is because I heard him at a point blow up and say, what do I do with this testosterone? You know, a lot of men are getting a lot of other medical issues because of that reason. A lot of men are getting medical issues because of that. And I think this man is at a point where he's frustrated because he has tried to talk, because she was still ignoring the conversation. The main topic that gentleman started, if that lady, I think, is a conversation that has been there at home, and she has not been responding positively, and she's ignored it because in the conversation she kept ignoring the point. So I think also the lady needs to sit and respond to the point of the need of the man.
Because clearly there is a need.
Because there is a need. So we cannot actually just blacklist this man and call him rude and everything. Yes, his conversation was out of a point of frustration. He talked from a point of frustration. But I also think this lady should have picked that early enough. That there is something my husband is saying and there is something not going right. Because in spite and despite of hormones, in spite and despite of children, I think there is a need that also she needs to meet for the man. And yes, we may look at her and say she's so well balanced, and we sympathize, and I will sympathize with her. But there's also something she's not doing right for that man. And there is something she's ignoring, and it's a very prime need for a man. Two things. A man marries for comfort.
Yes.
And one of the comforts is that now he doesn't need to go look even for intimacy outside. So when a woman begins to give excuses of headache, magoti, every M, magoti, kichwa, every M in a uma, tunaanza na magoti, mbongo, tunaenda everything. So if she keeps giving those excuses, the guy in his shrewd mind has come up with his own solution. Allow me then to go look for this outside. We keep the marriage, which is wrong. But a woman is a builder, and I'm telling you a truth. Any woman can boost her testosterone, her estrogen. It's estrogen. Testosterone is for men. She can boost it when you talk to her nicely. So that man should have addressed her very well. Intimately. There's a way you talk to a woman, she even forgets that the hormones were north. They come back home.
Or even forgets that she had a headache.
So the woman has also failed in one small area, both of them. The man should have wooed the woman. But how we don't know is whether he has tried and failed. However, the woman should not be so far to be pursued that she's actually brushing off the word intimacy throughout, and this gentleman has not gone out.
So actually, he's like,
have I given you monogamy?
So if I was this woman, I would listen and ask myself, what wrong have I done? Where can I up my game? Where can I correct it? Because if I estimate him, he's not entirely a bad man. So many bad men go out there. They eat and wash their brush their teeth.
They come back home.
And they come back home looking innocent.
Daktari has spoken, with the wisdom of Sarah, the wife of Abraham. She's just, there's a lot of wisdom here because in communication, you communicate your need. And you listen not to respond, but you listen to the need. You want to respond to the need expressed. Because when you get to understand their need, you might say, I'm sorry, I'm not able to meet your need because of this and this. And then let's look for solutions. As she's saying, it could be a medical condition that they can go to the doctor, and that is wonderful. But as she jumps in with, she's defensive.
She's defensive.
And it's like you're telling me now, from now on, we are 36 years, I'm looking forward to we becoming 50 and 60, you're telling me we won't be intimate. And so this man is thinking,
and I can't go out.
Yes.
I cannot.
You want us to make monogamous? And there's this huge need I have as a person that you are not even giving me tips how we will go. At least for Sarah, not Daktari. For Sarah told Abraham, But now this one, she's just on the defensive. And I think you spotted it correctly, the need of a man. So the frustration is coming from somewhere. So she should step back and think, okay, what is this that is frustrating my listening? Just to show that you care, that I care, that I have not been able to meet your need or to attend to your needs as I should or as you expect of me, and it's because of this. Please bear with me. Maybe I'm in this season, or maybe you got your baby the other day, so bear with me. After this, I know things will change, and then you work together. You can visit a doctor. You can go. You can talk to other couples, and they'll give you tips here and there. But the man feels dismissed, and so he's up in arms, like kind of. Come on,
it feels like the basis of this is a conversation. Like there's a lot of conversation that has not been had on both sides in terms of you. This is my need. I am talking about it. I don't think it's a need that's been there since day one. I mean, they have 4 boys, so it's
something has been
something changed along the way.
Has been changing.
Has been changing along the way for the woman, for the man, and you're noticing. And maybe they're not talking about it, and maybe this wasn't a good place for even the world to just get in and be like, okay. And there will be people like Doc and Pasi and Kate who are speaking to them in a way that hopefully
yeah. But then again, part of me thinks do we have to wait until it gets to that point where you can't hold it anymore, and you look for, and then you take the entire space. Like, then does it have to get to that? But also, Kate, I'm curious to hear from again, maybe like your interactions with the many couples. Is this one of the many or the most common issues that couples have, that I can't talk to her, I cannot talk to him, because we are all, we all have our defenses up, and sometimes I just have to be brutally honest and see how, the relationship goes.
Maybe I will be hard.
Yes, so most couples want to keep peace. And peace to someone may look like, if I tell them this, it will hurt them. If I tell them I am not happy or I don't feel seen, then it will bring up something more that they don't want to actually deal with at that time.
Okay.
So people want to wanna protect his peace. But now if you're protecting this peace, it means you're bottling up a lot of things. So after like 10 years or 5 years, even a few months, you will explode. And you'll be like, I need to tell you this. It's been, one thing will just trigger everything. And now you'll be like, let me be brutally honest. And when you're brutally honest, you don't care about how your partner is feeling. You only care about what you are saying and letting it out. And a lot of negative things will be said at that point, which could actually break the relationship.
Yeah, some words you can't take back.
Exactly. So the one thing that we need to encourage is communication.
Okay.
Yes, we are in a marriage, but it doesn't mean a marriage needs to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. So how do we tell our needs? How do we share what we want in this marriage without feeling like we're attacking each other? The issue is the problem. It's not you, it's not me. It's how I am feeling at this moment. So that's what people actually don't tend to understand. I want peace, but how does that peace look like in the long time? In the long term.
Kwa your conversations and how we need to be talking about it, and the role of safety. The role of safety for me to feel like I can come to you with whatever and I will not be judged, I will not be put down, because as you said, we want to keep the peace. And we're keeping the peace. Is it the peace, or is it feeling unsafe to come? I can't talk to you like this or open. So can we explore the safety that is needed in that space?
When we talk about keeping the peace in a relationship, I believe the foundation should be peace. Okay. Peace should be the foundation. Love and joy should be the foundation. But at times you find one partner in the relationship wants to keep the peace because possibly while growing up, they would see their fathers blowing up. Or they would see their mothers blowing up. And possibly they heard of people who are beaten, there was violence, there was this or this. So they're trying to avoid. And so what happens, most topics become like a landmine. Just like the issue of intimacy in that lady, it's like a landmine. Don't step there, inaweza ikalipuka anytime. So they've got some gray areas, and those are the ones we call keeping the peace. There are gray areas in their marriage, and that marriage can never be healthy because one of them becomes a martyr. You're dying with pain, but you cannot talk because I want to keep the peace. I believe in this one thing. However hard and difficult it is, for two eggs to make one, you've got to beat them together, and then you've got to add salt and everything. Makes an omelette. And I keep giving that example. And I want to say this, there is always the death of each partner to make me you. So if I'm trying to preserve your landmines, I need to bring them out, zilipuke pole pole, so that now we can have more free area. I need to gather more of your area, and you gather more of my area. And I totally believe this one thing. A lot of couples are going through pain. It could even be the man. That's true. And there are issues they would not address in the lady because they're afraid of the landmine area. And so it remains a gray area. And unfortunately, that's the reason a lot of people move out, and when they find somebody who they can address without fear, they feel like they're at home. And that is very, very sad. Because yes, we may condemn, immorality, and I condemn it 1,000%. But what drives a man or a woman there? Because like this couple had a landmine. And the landmine is intimacy. And the guy is saying, if I can't have this conversation, then give me out. I'm Mlisha Ugali. The guy is doing well healthy-wise. So then you're telling me we won't discuss. So that's the same thing I want to say. You don't keep peace, but you talk everything out of love. Number 2, you do not talk to satisfy yourself. It's about us.
It's no longer
Number 3, it is not hitting you. You don't, you did, you don't, you did. It's about we. Where can we move from here to there? So it is how you tailor the conversation that brings the peace. And also the timing.
We're due for a break, Pasi. Shikilie.
Jump in.
Okay.
Vulnerability.
Okay, in like 2 seconds?
I will
Thank you, Pasi. All right, the question that we're asking you this morning is, if your partner admitted that they were tempted but never acted on it, would that strengthen your trust, or would it response?
WhatsApp.
All right, let's see what you guys have to say on WhatsApp, okay? Let's get to here. Jerry Wakathika, this is on Facebook as we get ready for WhatsApp, says strengthen. Okay. WhatsApp anasema, hello, the question would be, what brought about the temptation? Okay. Shetani to Alipita. Then this one says, good morning, everyone. Happy to see you. First of all, why get tempted? Why not get tempted by me? This is Baggy. And then says, the fact he got tempted, I know he can do it. Trust itakuwa 10%. Where? Okay. This one says, the fact that the truth is always heavy to hold. I feel like it would damage my trust, because no matter how hard you'd want to contain the fire, it still will burn how it was meant to. But then I'd rather my partner be transparent than honest, given the nature of some of us as humans who still want a clear detail of the scene, keeping in mind that the presence of an argument is not the absence of love. I feel like it's more of winning a war but losing a battle. Oh, this is nice. So 2 things: honesty versus transparency, and then war versus battle. I think we can unpack more when we come back from the break on that. Then so it says, good morning, people. My husband never does anything for me financially, for he says that I am working. He only pays the school fees for his 2 daughters and neglects, wait, what? Okay, I think we've lost that one. What happened? And neglected his son totally. He left me to provide for the son, even when the son presents to him his school fees, his school shopping list. He does nothing for him. I usually stay with the son. He never calls us to find out how we're doing, but calls his teenage daughters and talk. He is also promiscuous, and I have evidence of his infidelity with several ladies known to me. Says, kindly advise, for I am emotionally drained, and they've been married for over 20 years. Okay, and then I think this is a continuation of the same. My hubby never allows for any discussion or any issue touching the family. I have had a series of heartbreaks from him. Several times I've found used condoms, hairbands, and washed his clothes with lipsticks. That is not enough. I once caught him red-handed with a divorcee who was his former high school classmate. I requested to sit down. We know each other, but they left immediately on my arrival, though they had spent the previous night in our matrimonial bed. Later, I requested for a talk, but he declined, and through an SMS, he says that he has lost interest in our marriage. I think we can answer this after the break, right? Because there's really a lot to unpack. To unpack. But keep sending in your views, your questions, your concerns as well, and also your response to the question of the day, and that is, if your partner admitted that they were tempted but never acted on it, would that strengthen or damage your trust? Let's go on a break to Pupue Kidogo, and then we'll see you right after.
Welcome back. I know usually after a break, your relationship Tuesday, we come back with so much energy, but I think we sat with the WhatsApp messages that we read on the conversations that we're having on today. We're talking about telling each other truths in relationship. How brutal do we need to go with this truth?
And do we even need to be brutal?
Do we need to be brutal? Is it necessary at all? And we've talked about communication as well, and creating a safe space for you to be able to talk about it, the basis of a relationship and all of that. Sijui kama jibu question ama turuke kwa ile vulnerability. Tujibu swali. Thank you, Pastor.
Okay. I think so.
All right.
No, she was already speaking. And in fact, I think she's listening. She's watching. You can reach out to us. You can reach out to us because you need somebody to talk to. She needs somebody to hold her hand out of the mud because she's in a terrible, terrible place. It's not easy. After 20 years, she said 20 years.
20 years married.
And 20 years, by the way, should not be the reason why you stay somewhere where you're being killed, where your self-esteem is being stepped on. Somebody, infidelity is there. One of the reasons the Bible gives for separation is infidelity. And so if God saw it right, if there's infidelity, one can step out, because you need to find yourself. You need to, the betrayal, the pain of betrayal that you're going through. And so my thinking is she's at a place where she needs somebody to walk with and have some sober conversations about what next. Because as you pray for him to change and the guy has moved on, you need, number one, to secure yourself first, because you lose yourself in that mess. And so, Dr.
I think I agree with you, absolutely. She needs somebody to work with. But I also want to say this, she's an enabler. She has enabled this man to go this far. And you know what? It starts with one small step. And you're quiet. Another step, and you're quiet. By the third step, you're not fighting for you anymore. You're not fighting for the children. Or you're fighting for the 20 years, or you're fighting for the property, and the man discovers, when I stepped out the first time, you did nothing.
It was okay.
Because even as when we were babies, younger, when you'd steal sugar, you'd imagine you're not caught, so you check on the first time, how did mommy react? And if you're like my mother, she would kill a mosquito with a hammer. So she would chase you for just that, you get what I'm saying? And so, so you would gauge. And so this man has gauged her. And I'm sure she comes from a place where she loves marriage. A lot of us got married ready to stay married. We didn't get married ready to step out tomorrow. But then in the process, she didn't have the strength to know, how do I stop him from continuing beyond this? So I believe right now she's emotionally drained. I will not blame her. I believe she fought for the right things using the wrong method, but she has enabled. Now, as the moment she wakes up from her emotional pain, she needs to tell the man, enough is enough. And the moment you tell a man enough is enough, it's a wake-up call now again. They begin to pursue you. They begin to pursue you. These men want to feel like I'm also the... But the moment he feels like wherever I go, she'll still be here. I am around, and she even knows I was with my girlfriend in the matrimonial bed. My friend, take those bed sheets and burn them outside the compound. Do just something radical, but don't hurt anybody. Let him just understand. And at times I tell ladies, first of all, separate. Separate, go heal. We need you whole. Your children need you mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically whole. First of all, take a separation. The moment you separate, he says he's not interested in the marriage. If that is the truth, let life go on. God is a God of a second chance. And God also wants you whole. If you have the grace to forgive, After so much infidelity, you have that one, then you will work it out with the counselor, as he has said.
Yeah.
If you feel that now I can regain me, I can regain the joy of the Lord in me, I can smile once again, and I still can live tomorrow. My friend, go on, I go on.
Absolutely.
Can I,
please, yes.
And also part to it, Kate, is the kids, because what she says is, so he would talk to the girls, and then leave out the son, and even like with school fees and whatnot. So it's not just her as a woman, as a wife. It's also
the children.
So just before I go into the kids, so for the woman, one thing, I'm talking about a woman because the message was from a woman, right? A lot of women are in unhappy relationships, a lot of them, and they're in it because when they go into it, their identity changes. They're there because now it is, I am a mother, I am a wife, I am a carer, you know, you forget who you are. So now it's, I need to take care of these kids, I need to take care of my husband, I need to show people I'm happy. This is where I want to be. So you forget yourself. And in this marriage now, people forget that as much as this is a unit, there is also individuality. You also need to have your own space. You also need to continue knowing yourself, growing yourself, so that this man doesn't feel like he's doing you a favor by being in that relationship. And it's hard for her to get out of it because she's there because this is what I've known for 20 years. What do I know, like apart from being married? What do I know? So it's really hard for her to get out of it, even after seeing all of these things happening to her. So with the kids are now also learning. And that's why the cycle never ends. We will always come back. You'll find your kids will get married to the same person like you. They will be in toxic relationships because that's what they saw as love. That's what they embraced. And if we don't stop these cycles right now, then the next generation, it will be the same thing. Kila saa, men are toxic, right? But how did you place yourself in that toxic situation? Did you get yourself out of it? And that's why she's saying she's enabling all of these things. Why don't you have a voice? And also, just to add on to that, it all comes from, as we say, in the kids. And that's where attachment styles develop, right? So in that, as you're a kid, maybe you are told not to talk about things, you're not, so you become an avoidant. You become anxious. So when you see a little form of love, you're going with it. I will say,
you hold on to it.
You will hold on to it. Alinipenda amekaa na mimi 20 years. I need to still continue being here.
Can I jump in?
Yes, Percy.
And say about this man and men, he needs to man up. He needs to be man enough. If you don't like this woman, then walk out and go. How dare you bring another woman in her bed? Now, as much as you want to put her down, and what about your children? When they grow up and now you're 70, hauna nguvu, and they are looking at you, you're the, you know, what are we passing on? This is just a man who needs to be at Mathare Mental Hospital because it is so evil and wicked. Go and sin huko mbali, but God forbid, even sin is not allowed. But if you are to do it out there. Have some respect for yourself, for your wife, the mother of your children. She's the mother of your children. If you can't respect her as your wife, respect her as the mother of your or somebody's daughter. If you feel you need another relationship, then go out and do it. You know, and just be bold about it. Why are you so timid and full of, I don't know, I'm lacking words to call it, because that is bad. And you're good for nothing, because why are you doing that? You know, people sin, nobody's above sin, but hey, you are, because you're damaging those kids. You're damaging your wife. You're damaging yourself. Even the women you are sleeping with, when they look at you, it's only today they are with you, they will abandon you. And so men, we need to man up. And if you don't like somebody's daughter, walk out and go.
What can she do? Now that she's tuned in and she's here with us, what are some of the things that she can do? Even as you said, Percy, she can reach out and you can, if she's courageous enough to do that. But what can she do now? Where does she begin?
The steps. The first step is to recognize her emotions, her feelings, her weakness, and her strengths.
Okay.
She needs to recognize that. And at times I tell somebody, get a piece of paper and write down. Have a meeting with yourself, because the first doctor is yourself. Ask yourself, how is me feeling? How broken is me? How was me before all this started and right now? Number 2, what should I do to me to show myself that I love myself and that I can revive once again? What do you need to do? Number 3, what is the most important thing? Hierarchy of need in your life. Is it the title of I am married? Is it the title that I'm a mother? And I'm sure as a mother she's doing okay. And you've not heard of her fault as a married. But is it as I'm alive and I'm so and so? I want her to go back to the basics. I want her to go back to the crossroads and discover herself once again. This is one thing I say, even if you're going through crisis, never lose 2 people. Never lose God and never lose yourself. Now here she has lost herself. So I would like you to go back, take some moment away, go to your sister's house, get some time alone and ask yourself, what did I want to do? And then take a baby step towards it. Right now she may not be able to jump. Take a baby step towards what she wants to do. At least call the children. Now invest your love in the children. Invest your love in the children, because she has to invest somewhere. Don't invest your love where you don't invest even money where there are no returns. So now this man, let him be for now before you take your next step. Invest in the children. Number 2, I would advise you, if this what you have said be true, because I've always have to put that caveat, if what you have said be is true, then you need to have a separation where now you can go heal and have counseling where you're alone and possibly with your children. And to these children, never talk evil of your husband. He's still their father.
He's still their father.
So that, because that would be accelerating war number 2, 3. Because one day the children will fight you, because they may not be seeing what you're saying. So I would say now, let the battle between you and yourself and begin to love yourself. Point at you and say, I'm going to be well. And I want to encourage you. Many people have gone through worse, but they have risen again. They have risen to write books. Possibly the next is yours.
Right? I really like that.
Just to add, one thing you need to know, it's not going to be easy. It won't be easy. I need to I will validate you. So in case you find starting that whole journey, you might want to still go back to where it was comfortable,
familiar.
But but this discomfort, this space, this is where you need to be in that discomfort. And at times you might find yourself going back. Show yourself grace, but go back to the discomfort, because you need to move.
Beyond the discomfort.
That's really good advice. Sorry, can I say something?
Yes.
You also need people who can work with you. And most possibly, you may not know which friend to trust. If you have a friend you can trust, good. If you have a sister, if you have an auntie, if you have none of those, get a counselor, walk with somebody at this time. Because, this is a point of departure, which is not easy. And so the departure at times may overwhelm her. Because we don't want you overwhelmed to take the wrong decision. Do you know what happens? Mostly they bleed on somebody else. A man will come by and say, really? Alikuumiza hivyo, how? And the way you're beautiful. And suddenly you feel like kaya. So don't bleed on a man. Don't bleed on a man. So get somebody professional who has the strength to uplift you. And somebody who is a mentor. Mentors will lift you when you don't want to be lifted. They will force you to stand when your legs are saying no. They'll cause you to run when you don't even feel like you have the run in you. So you need a mentor. Get somebody you can trust. It could even be a spiritual person. Whichever denomination, wherever you go, you need support. Get that support And as she says, it may not be very easy, but it will be better than where you are.
Absolutely. I am so happy. I feel like that one question and that one person is tuned in today. I wish you all the very best. I'm so happy that we got to do this.
And our hearts really, really go to you.
And keep us posted. We'll remember.
Vulnerability.
Yes.
Back to Kuambiana Maukwelo.
Yes.
I think back to, Maukwelo, the truth we don't say.
Yeah.
I think the place of being vulnerable is important in a marriage or in a relationship that is leading to marriage. Because like the couple we were discussing, I was listening to the man, I'm thinking, when you are together, when you are starting, did you really explain your sexual needs,
in detail?
Yeah, your needs in detail and all those things. Because expectations, because we get into marriages with a lot of unspoken expectations.
Yes.
And so I expect this. There are people on these streets, when they are dating, they expect a lot of intimacy 24/7. And then they get in there, they realize the man has to go to work. Or the lady has to go to work, and so he's not available, for all that they were imagining, and it becomes a struggle. So the place of being vulnerable also is a place of saying, hey, this is how I would want us to do this. This is how I would want us to do this. Maybe just hug me for 2, 3, 5 minutes. Not till your church ushering. And so being vulnerable, because then you are able to express your needs. That safety we were talking about, that safe space, you are able to say, I will be naked and not ashamed before you. And so you are able to express yourself because you won't be judged. But the challenge could be sometimes you share. You are open, you are vulnerable, and then it is used against you. Or you request for things to be done in a particular way, and then you are asked, Nana likufunza. And so that place of vulnerability, and then the place of care. I think I care because at the end of the day, whether I have a glass of water or not, life goes on. Tomorrow I wake up, we have different things. We need to wake up and take care of our kids. We need to go for parents, teachers meeting. So life goes on with these stoppers. And I think intimacy is not just physical. Intimacy is mental, intimacy is spiritual, intimacy. And so there are many things we can start to do that then this that we are looking for becomes the crowning, the cake. Is it called the icing on the cake, that we will have. And so we explore. There's a lot. And I think that's why God says he hates divorce, because he knows there are ways to deter
that from happening.
If we become just vulnerable to each other, if I choose you, you choose me, and we say, kama mbaya, I chose you, you chose me. If tomorrow you become, God forbid, a cabbage, as in you can't function, I still love you in sickness and in health. We will walk together, because then if we push these things in belly, when your partner becomes unwell,
then what happens? There's a video, so I think I shared with you and probably in our group on Your World, where this pastor was saying, before you get married, that whole concept about before you take someone's daughter in sickness and in health, what if one day she loses one of her breasts to cancer? Will you still? It was very, very beautiful. But there's something else that came up from the feedback, and one of it was transparency versus honesty. And most of the time we just focus on honesty, right? So can we also explore that? Because you might be honest and talk about things that will end up hurting your partner, versus if you are transparent with it, maybe it would be a little bit better. So can we distinguish between
I came ready to talk about that.
Okay.
Because this communication. My wife, wherever she's listening, she's like, okay. there is communication, which is important, and we encourage to communicate. And then there is honesty, and then there is transparency. Many of us couples, we are honest, but we are not transparent. So I'll tell you, I'm going to town. To meet Daktari, but I'm not telling you the reasons
why I'm meeting Daktari.
Maybe I have a crush on her, but I'm not telling you. Or she has a crush on me. Or there is something that is fishy, but you are just going to see, let me just go and listen in. So I tell my wife, I'm going to meet so-and-so, but I don't give the details, transparency, you know. And so if anything ever comes, I have a reason kujitetea.
But I told you.
I told you. You know. So I was honest, I communicated, but I was not transparent. And it is happening a lot. Because if you are transparent, it helps you now to be vulnerable. You know, I'll tell you, by the way, there is a lady in church, kuna vile aliniangalia na si poa. Maybe I'm judging, but my wife, please note this and be in prayer with me. So I'm giving details, and I'm, you know, it is a level of communication in couples that we need to aspire to go to those levels, because most of us, we communicate, but we are not. Sometimes we struggle with honesty, but when we are honest. So I'm going to Mombasa. But I know in Mombasa I'll meet Jen,
Halima,
my high school alumni. But I don't tell my wife.
So Pasi, I have a question on that. Okay. Do you have then to assess where your partner is? And this is in all aspects, in terms of either emotionally, because you can be transparent and they're not strong enough to take that. Say, for example, the question that we're asking people. So your partner comes and says, me, I saw Rani today. Or, mtu alikuja anataka kunipatia 1 million. Nifanye 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's against my values. So do you gauge and see where your partner is and say, uyu aneza,
will they take it?
You know, and hold it and be mature enough to still hold that transparency? Or how do you navigate?
Is it wisdom to just keep it to yourself because you know they are not able to?
That's the thing. What do you do?
Because it will always come. What I would say is you can gauge if the ability to take it in. However, what are your values as a couple? Will this that you want to do or entertain build or break your home? Because there are things I might want to do, but I know they won't build our home. And I want to be considerate of that. Because now that's how I make my decisions. It is not because I want it or she can handle it. Because
whether you can handle it or not, me, I have
because then secrets come in and stuff. But my colleagues can chime in.
I really like your response. Especially when Pasi said, hey, I am going to meet Doctor.
Let me tell you a truth. I believe every person is independent and individual, and every couple has its own individuality. But however, I'm looking at one area that you may trigger called insecurity. Because the minute you tell a lady, you know, as we are very territorial, possibly you didn't know, I'm going to meet so and so, they even want to go to Facebook to look at how they feel looking.
I need to know. What is she wearing?
And then the number of phone calls you're going to get that evening are more than you can handle. And if you don't pick a phone call, and you know, what were you discussing? And where were you meeting? And in fact, it will not be like this. It will be like, what do you call the video calls? And kindly, can you stand facing north? Because I want to see if there is a shadow. So there is an insecurity at times that will be created. And some of them will be insisting there is an echo. There is an echo. Are you in a room? There are insecurities in a partner that can be brought about. And what I always say is do the right thing. Just do the right thing. Now, I will use your example, the one you gave, and I'm sure you've said it so perfectly as a man. You come and tell your wife, you know, there is a lady in the choir who is eyeing me in a funny way. Now, do you know what you have done?
Forever.
Do you know what you have done to the wife? You have created a barrier. a war. And you know, women can fight with daggers. Kisu inarusha ya macho tu. Anakuangalia hivi unasikia nika umekatakatwa. So I always believe this, when you're discussing anything based again on your maturity as a couple, let it be manageable sizes. You see, if I feed you gali, I'll not tell you to swallow all of it. I'll just tell you to eat in manageable pieces. You get what I'm saying? So I believe transparency should be, because number one, your intentions should always be right. Your intentions and your goals should be towards the good of the couple. Now, whoever you meet there, you don't keep telling me that I met my sweetheart and you know she was wearing very beautiful shorts and she has cut to it and I'm struggling with it. Now, what are you at that point possibly you're struggling with it? I'm anakwambia, my God, if you see her hair and the way she was, her makeup was on point, so you don't tell me who's you get what I'm saying? So you start looking at him thinking,
but I was transparent. I was telling you. I was telling you.
I was being honest.
You don't tell me what you had. So I believe we should be manageable. Give me your doses in manageable bits. The truth I want to know is that you are here and this is what took you. And I want to trust you because the foundation is trust. But the other small details along the road, do the right thing for the two of us. Do the right thing for make the right decisions. But if there are things that tantalize you along the way, it is you they tantalize, not me.
I don't need to know.
Like I remember there's a time when my husband went to Brazil and he was so honest.
Samba party.
We'll have this conversation when he comes back. So I'll report that on when he comes back.
You check yourself.
No. I will say it because I didn't say it. And you know, he was so genuine. He told me, you know, the ladies in Brazil are so fit. And do you know what? They don't have very long clothes. But do you know, I looked at him and I told him, no, I was thinking about you. I said, so you know what I'm talking about. But he was being so transparent. He was being so transparent. So I took it in that maturity. And from that point, we began to make fun of the Brazilian, the BBLs and everything. And so we make a lot of fun. But if I was not strong at that point, I would have asked.
So there's a basis of how this relationship is built for you to be able to come to that level.
Pakona zile mawe za msingi. At even if I told him I met this guy and ameinua mawe, atasema sijainua. And again, what is my focus when I meet them? Me mawe or norma is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It is a value this person added to me. And so I think we work based on the good of the relationship.
The truth we don't say.
We don't say. And we'll come back and also unpack, say, money, debt. Ulichukua deni na uko niambia
how honest are we?
So are there some things that tujiweke? Are there how transparent or how honest should we be? But we're due for a break. Yes, when we come back. Shikilia kidogo, okay? But also the question that we're asking you this morning right here on Your World is, if your partner admitted that they were tempted, but they never acted, will that strengthen or your trust or damage it? This one says, hello, the show is great. Which marriages can't be salvaged? Please answer. Okay, hiya. Okay. This one says, hey, Winnie and Wikali, afadhali nisijiwe. Oh, okay. Anasema, Winnie, wazee wa kijiji walikuwa moto, wazazi moto, walimu moto, hata kanisani moto, ungekosa ungeona moto. Aya. Okay.
Amesema area sijue.
Area sijue. Guy. Okay.
Hi, my husband is a pastor. Brought a woman, second wife on our matrimonial house and bed. We were married for 32 years, church wedding. It's my third year in a rented house, and I taught myself to move on. I was almost dying. My BP went very high and I chose my life and peace more than the property I had invested, all my pension I had invested. I'm over 60 years old.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations on choosing yourself. Your World and TV. I left my marriage in 2018 till date. I was so abused because of a side chick. Then I decided to love myself and leave them. Immediately the lady moved in and lived together. Now they have 2 kids. And the guy is here saying he did a mistake. I am a wife material at huyo mwingine amemshinda, but I'm not ready for him. I took my time and healed and have never been into a relationship. It's just me and taking care of my kid. And even I have no interest at all because chenye nilipitia Mungu tu ndio anajua. Thanks. She says, Brenda says he argues that all the projects we started together zilikwama kwenye niliachia. Umenotice story yangu imechange. Niliachia the other woman ni kukaa tu kwa nyumba na simu full time. Nimewacha kuchange tone.
Okay, this says it will bring insecurities, bring about insecurities. It is better utulie too. Okay. Muzitume, on Facebook I can see there's a number of them. Here, Eugene Kisa and Sama, they don't have to admit to you the obvious because temptations are always there. So usiniambie, wewe tu kwa tempted lakini usikuje kuniambia hiyo temptations zako. And then begin in December, this is Peter who says, totally damage it. How could you be tempted? Were you the only one to be? Renik Sola Sama, for a man, trust no woman. You will always be ahead. Able to break with then we'll come back and say, so all the honesty and all the transparency and all the truths that you have, do you have to share them? Mama kuna tu zingine zile for the sake of peace.
For the sake of peace.
We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to the show. Our director Philip tutamleta hapa siku moja kae hapa sisi akwe guest. Amesema kuna story vingi ya kushare. But the conversation today is on the truths we do not say. And we just want to find out, do you have to say everything? Okay? And there's some things that when you keep it to yourself, it will protect the relationship. It will protect your partner. It will protect your kids. Ama, how do you say it? Okay? Much as you want to be honest, you want to be transparent. Na tumefunza the difference between honesty and transparency and communication in general and how important it is. But this is just me thinking. And there's some things that just keep it to yourself. Why sema, to protect your partner. That is what we want to unpack right here on Your World. But the question that we're asking you is, if your partner was tempted but never acted on it, and then they came and they told you, okay, will that strengthen your trust or damage it? Okay? I see a number of you on Facebook.
Yes.
Do you remember the other one, the person who said, Kwani you can't be tempted by me? Why are you being temptation? Kwani unakuwa tempted na uko nje and whatnot? But can we just answer first of all that question, then we'll go through your feedback in just a second. Do you have to say everything, Kate? Are there some things that just jiweke tu?
Vitu zingine I feel like unaweza jiwekea. Because before you feel like you need to be honest with your partner or transparent, I feel like there are few things you need to ask yourself. Is it true? Is it necessary? Will it help us grow? Right? And why am I even saying it? Is there a need behind it? So ask yourself before you say it, because right now we're even talking during the break. You might see a beautiful woman walking by and you will say, the man will say something and the woman will be like, yeah, you can also see it, right? So you know your environment. But now when let's say now you went somewhere, you saw it and you come and tell your partner, why are you telling her? Will it help her? She doesn't need to know the details. It won't help her in any sense grow, like it won't affect her.
If she knew, she didn't know.
Exactly.
Like, if she didn't know, it's okay.
But
it will only it will only now create insecurities in her, which is not right. So that's why you need to ask, is it necessary? What is the need behind it? Why do you need to communicate to her about it?
And the intention behind why you're telling them.
You had something to say before the break.
Actually, it's that.
I lied. So do we measure, when we're getting into relationships, do we measure what to say, when to say it, depending on what stages we are at, and tying into what Winnie asked even just before we went on break, when we talk about money. Because I'm coming from a background, pengine mimi natembeanga niko na musururu ya madeni. But then when I present, I don't present like that person. At what point is it necessary to say these things? Do we have different stages for all of these things?
I believe, number one, before you get married, you need to be very transparent about your financial status. A lot of people take madeni to do very big weddings and they never shared with the lady, and then the lady does not understand how come you're not keeping up. So I believe finances, for us, it's when you're doing premarital counseling, for us finances and financial management and financial planning in marriage is a very serious topic, because that can, in many homes, it has made or broken the peace. It may not break the marriage, but it will break the peace and the trust. So I believe one thing, you should be brutally honest about your financial status. Now, you find at times people grow apart in the essence of their visions and dreams. And you may not always see the same. And there are times a man will feel like, especially men, they will feel like, I would like to try something, even as women, I would like to try this small investment. And at the end of the day, it was for the good of the family. And at times it doesn't go the way they had planned. A lot of men are going through depression because of that. What I tell the men, it is important to say, if you didn't say, the woman needs to understand it was for the good of the family. Because what was the motive? What was the motive? It was to add value to the family. Sio ni biashara ilikuwa naekea gashungu hapana. It was for the family. So, but I believe it works better because one can chase 1,000, two can put 10,000 to flight. So when you speak and you say, I want to do farming, so we agree together you're going to do farming. I may have an idea, I may not perhaps be the one wanting to do the farming, but I may have a wisdom that will help you, and that transparency helps you when things are going down, to say this time we didn't sell enough, or this time we have made a windfall. So I believe finances should be very important. Challenge comes in where people are working and they have pay slips. And I would like to ask how many of them are open enough to say, I got this raise, and right now my salary is this much. And why don't they do that? Because possibly they feel one of them will cash in on the benefit more. And they'll start talking about a holiday you never took me, a honeymoon that you never took me, and this that you never did. But if you plan together, and I keep saying your short-term, your mid-term, and your long-term goals, any financial windfall, lack, plus or minus, will be a conversation on the table.
Okay.
You know how? No, you know how sometimes we're told, jiweke. Okay. You know, and also still on the motives and the intentions, right? So I think it was Bishop Grace Delizo who gave this example and said the husband bought a land, built a home, never told the wife. And then one day akamchukua na mpeleka surprise. The wife was not happy. The wife was not happy at all because there was so many times where the husband was away, you know, didn't come home, didn't do this, didn't do that, and she was already angry from that. And then to find out, oh, surprise, this nimekujengea nyumba, and she was pissed. She was like, why didn't you tell me? You know, you don't have to tell me all the details of everything that is happening, but just tell me there's something happening, there's a project, you know, there's just something. So the motive and the intention and
for especially some of the things men do to surprise the woman when it comes to I bought this piece of land. You know, I believe you're living together and everybody has an opinion. And for you to add more value to each other, you need to sit and discuss, is there a school nearby for our children? Do you have ABCD amenities? Is there a hospital nearby?
Even the design of the home.
And secondly, you can never design for me my kitchen and call it a surprise. You will surprise yourself. I'll be looking at it and thinking, what do I need to break now? Break that wall. Let's break this wall. Let's make this wall. So I believe relationships and finances should be very mutual. We should have a mutual conversation, open, true, and candid. And in that planning, what I always insist, let there be a section amount. I usually talk about it in percentages, which is supposed to be yours. Do with it what you want to do. If this percent after now we have planned, there's still some money for the woman that should not, she can account for herself. She went and did her hair, she did this, and for the gentleman, that way you don't need to go behind each other's back because you're both comfortable. And you can have a negotiation. Let's have 30% each for ourselves. And let us save this. This time I need 40%. You're transparent enough to say we're having a get-together of my college mates or something like that. So I believe when you have that planning, what lacks, it's number one planning. It's number one planning. And without proper planning, you've already planned to fail.
Can I add something? Because of the times, you say at what time? When you consider a man or a woman to be like she's gonna be my wife, or you know, then you need, before you say I do, before you move in whatever way you want to move in, get it clear. The financial issues, transparency needs to come on the table. Share if you have debts, if you have financial burdens you're carrying, if you're supporting your siblings, if you're supporting your parents, let it be on the table, because you'd want to continue doing that. And when this man or this woman comes in, she's coming to occupy an office in your life that she has the rights to question. And so it will never be, status quo being maintained, because now you're married, you're a new person, and you are answerable to her questions. And so before you say I do, have those conversations. Things like babies. I've had people who never said, confess, I have a baby in shags, or I have this, or I was married, I have an ex, or I was legally married, and then so there's legally, I belong somewhere. So you don't share that, and you are engaging here. There's just the place of being sober. I have feelings for you. I'm emotionally attracted, physically attracted, but let's talk. Were you ever married? No. Okay. Are you in debt? Fuliza, all those things. Put it down so that we know, because some people don't like it when you are doing Fuliza things, and others are easy with it, and that can be also a place of conflict in marriage. So, but place it so that you know each other, cleanly. Be clean, be naked and not ashamed. If she can't accept you the way you are, then she's not good for you. And vice versa.
There's instances where we've heard that. You get married, and this person comes to find out that you have a whole other life that they did not know about, probably where you come from. And this could also tie into things like family secrets. Where you come from, my people do this thing. Mtoto wa kwanza akikuja lazima apelekwe sijui wapi afanyiwe nini. When it's a death, then those and there are things that happen probably in my family that probably you need to know or probably don't need to know. But how do we weigh? How do we weigh what to say, what not to say, to also protect where I come from? So that you don't look at my people, unaangalia TV uko like, hey, ankika vibaya, ama kwenye kuna mwizi. You know what I mean?
I think additionally, as we grow, we were talking with the doctor earlier, and she, forgive me for this, she said she married at 30 or 32. 32. A very good age where you know your values. You know your values, you know what you stand for. You matter spiritual things, financial things, your dream. And so you are evaluating all. You matter spiritual things. Do you value, these are my values. So when this guy comes and says, kwetu tunaendaga kwa waganga, you're like, red flag. So when you know yourself and you have a value system, and if you are raised well also, there are values from your family, then you are able to evaluate these people. You sieve. You are sieving through your value systems, and you are able to put people aside, because you don't have to marry or to be in a marriage with somebody, or to say I do to somebody whose values are not similar to your values.
What if they told you when you're in, like 20 years later? Hey, tell you, baby,
test them, test them. Take time. That's why dating, you don't have to meet somebody today and marry them after 3 months. Take time, and because time will reveal their character. After 90 days, they start to behave them.
Going back to self.
If they told you they go to church, for example, they can do 3 months. But after the 4th month, you're like, you see.
Not so much. Kate, please.
So just to add on to the finances and the other bit. So with the finance, it's good to talk about it, be transparent about it, yes? And not only even with finances, with everything. Because at the end of the day, then, what am I marrying into? If there are things, we grew up differently. There are ways you saw your parents use money. There are ways you saw them, how they were planning when it came to finances. So now it's two people from two different families who did things differently. So when you bring them back, like when they come as as one, a unit, how are we also going to manage these finances? How are we going to be honest about the debts that we have or the investments that we are making? Because ukianza sasa kukua like very secretive about it, there's nothing that doesn't go unseen. What down here, like there's a time you will come to find out he did this and this, and that's why you said ulijengewa nyumba, but you're not happy about it. Because why were you so private about a house? It was a surprise, yes, but kuna nini ingine uniambi unafanya? I was not able to notice this, so it means there are other things that are actually happening. So it's good to be very open about it. Yes, and when it comes to now, you've been dating and there are things they've not told you about their family, and you come to know like once you're married, then okay, for me, I feel like you need to sit with it. Is it something that you feel you can compromise on, or is it something you can actually, it's not for you and you need to see yourself out of it? So it's basically with
just
you, your
Choice.
values.
Give me a choice to choose. Let me choose. Don't tell me 20 years later. Your mother
and then you think,
also...
huyu nimemfunga kuna mali anaenda 20 years. No, okay. All right, let's look at more of your feedback on WhatsApp. Let's see what you guys have to say on the question on temptation. And they were tempted. They did not act. There's the caveat. They did not act on the temptation, okay? Does that strengthen or, damage your trust? But this one says, I'm really following up on this conversation. It is quite touching. I have been married for over 15 years. My wife has had all the freedom from traveling and so forth, only to realize that the freedom I have given her, she's been sleeping around with her colleagues and friends to the colleagues. I already have the evidence, and when I try to talk to her, she becomes defensive to a point she tries to turn tables on me as the bad one. In fact, at one instance, she told me she does not want to meet either the pastor or a counselor. She comes home drunk in the middle of the night. I even tried to bring a situation where we settled down this with our parents, but still did not want to. Advice on what I should do. She is acting in a way that suggests to leave the marriage quietly, then blame it on me without having to sit down with our parents. I'm so heartbroken with her infidelity to the point of making a very uncomfortable decision. But the God I pray to, I haven't thought of anything bad. Let me remain anonymous for now. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Then this one says, I feel like it's all about awareness in a way that you know your partner very well in order to be certain about your trust. I mean, you cannot bite what you can't chew. Okay. This one says, hi guys, what a show. Something I like about your different shows on NTV is that what you table down is exactly what goes on in the real world. Keep it up with the shows. Thank you so much. This one says, in a relationship where the man is the sole provider, how can the man encourage financial vulnerability and transparency from the woman? Okay. And then this one says, hello, how can I get this videos here? This is, I think, a viewer from Uganda. This will be uploaded on YouTube by the end of the day. So, yes, be sure to look out for that. At NTV Kenya, you will find all our videos. This one says, hello, everyone. Transparency is good, but kuna limit. You don't say everything. Some things you might say thinking someone will get over it, only for it to break them and your relationship. I believe truths and transparency needed is financial status, illnesses, past lovers or friends that might be an issue if they resurface. If you've been sentenced before, preferences of intimacy and things that one has strong stance on to avoid drama and misunderstandings. Mengine, just weigh in on the consequences and practice discernment. And this one says, I mean, a man who doesn't respect parents or God, one who suffers financial infidelity, steals from me and my relatives. Can this be salvaged? Wait, a man who does not respect parents or God, one who suffers financial infidelity, steals from me and my relatives, can this be salvaged or not? So there were 3 questions, okay? Who wants to tackle what? But see, I think there's the one that's, the second one. The first one was the person comes home drunk. Can they be helped? Dr. Jennifer, I think probably you might tackle that. And then Pasi, I'm trying to remember the other one. I think it was, financial vulnerability for a man. Yes, probably think Pasi can handle that, and then Kate can answer this
the
one.
last one.
Yeah.
All right. Number one, I want to say Paule to that gentleman.
Yeah.
And also to say you're a good and a very patient man.
Yes.
And you're a man who is focused on making marriage and family work. Your values are intact. And that's why you've been patient with your wife this far.
Yeah.
And yes, you've given her freedom, but her freedom was without accountability. Because I believe freedom should have accountability. You cannot just be free enough to go do anything, because human beings at times may lack limits. And now that you discover she has no limits, I believe it's you now to put your limits. And you have been patient with her. You have tried everything there is for you to try. You have talked about trying counseling. She's refused. She has refused the intervention of parents, and now she's a gaslighter. She wants you to feel like you're the one who is wrong.
Yes.
That is just gaslighting, and it's a psychological bit, you know, just to beat you down and make you feel guilty for what you don't deserve to be guilty about. So now I want to tell you something. In the culture where I come from, which is the African culture and also the biblical culture, I always say, and I believe this, that the man is the head. And you being the head of that home, it's a high time now you took your position.
Yes.
Take your position with both feet. Don't look for how to help her. Tell her. It is either or.
Yes.
Because infidelity is not funny. And you're ready, I can say, I like the fact that you're ready to work it out. Tell her you've given her an ultimatum. She will continue being your wife if you don't get another report, and if you go for counseling, and if she's the one who found you. She found you in your space. So you tell her this is the option she has. Failure to which she can actually step out and live her life the way she wants to live it, and you now repackage yourself. Because she may bring to you sicknesses, she may bring diseases. Already emotionally you're so deeply wounded. You're going through a lot of shame as a man. So I want to request you as the head of that home. She is not the head. She's not the one to determine. It is you to determine. Take back your position, because you're the one who has a trouser. And tell her you've got a choice. Woman up. We say man up. Woman up or woman out.
Hey.
Okay.
Well,
ndio hivyo
drop
amemaliza. Okay, the other question was on how do you encourage financial safety and vulnerability for a man.
Who he said he's the sole provider or something?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he's the sole provider. So how do you provide financial vulnerability and transparency with your woman?
I'll approach it from this perspective. I am a believer in having a joint dream. There is the analogy she shared earlier of eggs, 2 eggs. When you want an omelette, you break and you. So when we are coming together in marriage, I have my dreams and aspirations. You have your dreams and aspirations, the kind of house where we are to live, where our kids are to be, and that will inform how we spend our money. Now, whether I'm the provider or you are the provider, with one dream, one budget, then we will know where our monies are going. So whosoever we bring whatever we bring on the table, and we are able to allocate. This goes there, this goes there. And even the evaluation or a review can be done to check if you are changing positions or not. And so with a budget, it can provide the vulnerability. It becomes a place of conversations. Can we have this or can we not have? You want these shoes or you want to go for these holidays. Can we afford or can we not? Because our monies will go to school fees, and then maybe in August, then we can do this holiday. And that conversation that is vulnerable can start from there.
I see. All right. Good answer.
So for the last question, it was more on salvage. For me, I just saw the salvage.
Financial infidelity.
It was more on how can you save, how can you salvage a man who is not who does not respect your family, who cheats,
financial infidelity.
Yes. And how do you salvage?
Can need to be salvaged.
From you.
How do you salvage this person? The first thing is, who told you are the savior?
Hello.
Who told you are the savior?
Question mark.
how are you coming into this space where you want to save a man? Or even a woman, right?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like there's that need of wanting to save this person? Do they know they are grown-ups? They know what they're doing. So why are we coming with a sense of, I want to save this person? Have you spoken about these things with this person? Have you communicated the things you don't like about what they're doing? And what feedback have you gotten from it? Is it something that has been continuously going on to the point of now you're forgetting yourself? Now you feel like you need to continue saving him until when? So as we said, remove yourself from that entity, look at yourself. What do you need from yourself, or where does this need of wanting to salvage or save this person come from? So look within, and then now start look out like what is working for you, what is not working for you, and where can you move around in this space.
I see.
And someone will look at that and be like, isn't that selfish? Like,
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Boundaries are selfish.
Magic word. I know. Yesterday we went through a whole conversation around boundaries. Okay.
If you don't place those boundaries right now, that's why you will continuously be taking in things that are not for you. Because you don't have the boundaries. And boundaries looks like you being selfish or being rude. Because people are so used to getting into your space to the point of now you have this thing you've said you're not going to be doing. So if you start saying, no, I won't do this, because you don't even need to give a reason. But when you say, no, I'm not going to do this, so she's so rude nowadays. She does, but hata kuja with the same issue, because they know,
boundaries.
Allow me to add one thought there. I think it can be salvaged, that relationship. However, it takes two to tango. The question is he willing to change?
Exactly.
Is he willing? If he's not, if he's not, then you're fighting a battle you've already lost.
What a conversation.
It's been wholesome, guys.
I know.
Wametuongezea dakika mbili. Philip asante.
Okay. Sasa hivyo ndo tumembo twende nyumbani. Okay. But thank you so much for coming, really appreciate it. We've learned so much from the conversation, and even just a moment to check self, because I'm sure we've all had those moments where you're like, do I tell, do I not, and whatnot. So in like 25 seconds each. Divided, by 3. Say someone is in that situation and they're like, I was too honest, I was too brutal, I was this, or maybe did not share some of those things, and they're looking for ways to strengthen the relationship or just heal in the marriage. What would they do?
I'll tell somebody, just do things that add value to the marriage. At times you go back too much trying to, the past will never build a marriage. Add value to your partner, let your partner add value to you, you go together.
Yay, I like that.
Your 25 starts now.
I would say full disclosure. Create an environment where you give full disclosure of what you're doing, what you want to do, so that you can work together.
Very nice.
For me, it's what's the need behind it. Is what you're going to communicate kind? Is it going to help us grow? So communicate what you would like. If it was you who was being communicated to, how would you want that? Would you want to know about this or this or this or this? So at the end of the day, know the need behind it before you talk about it.
That's so profound. Thank you, guys. Tuesday. I hope you've learned a lot. But if you have more questions, please send it our way. If you need to talk to them personally as well, just send in their request. We'll ask them if it's comfortable to share their contacts, and muendelee with the conversation. But from us, thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Stay tuned. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. So I will see you then. Stay safe.
Kwaheri.
Goodbye, guys.